The awakening after exile. The long years of exile in Babylon had left their mark on the people of Israel. They had wept by foreign rivers, remembering Zion. They had lived as strangers in a land not their own, holding on to fading memories of Jerusalem, the city once filled with glory. But God had not forgotten his promise. At the appointed time, he stirred the heart of a foreign King Cyrus, the great, to fulfill what had been spoken long before. The Lord, the God of heaven, has made me ruler over the whole world and has given me the responsibility of building him a temple. Any of his people may go to Jerusalem and rebuild the temple of the Lord. This was no ordinary decree. It was a divine invitation. After 70 years of silence, the call to return had come. The first return. From across the vast Persian Empire, a remnant responded. They were not the strongest, nor the wealthiest, but they were willing. Families gathered what little they had. Leading them was Zerubbabel, a descendant of David, chosen to guide the rebuilding. Alongside him stood Jeshua, the high priest. And so they returned not to a thriving city, but to ruins. Jerusalem lay broken, walls torn down, stones scattered. Yet, even in the devastation, hope began to rise. Rebuilding the altar first. Before laying a single stone, the people did something remarkable. They built the altar of the God of Israel in order to burn sacrifices on it, as it is written in the law of Moses. Even though they were afraid of the peoples around them, they built the altar and offered burnt offerings morning and evening. This was the foundation of everything. Not walls, not structure, but worship. Laying the foundation. In the second year, the work began in earnest, stone by stone, hands worn from labor. When the foundation of the temple was finally laid, the moment was filled with both joy and sorrow. The priests put on their robes and took their places to praise the Lord. They sang, "He is good. His love for Israel is eternal." Many of the older priests who had seen the first temple wept loudly while others shouted for joy. The past and the future met in that moment. Tears for what was lost. Joy for what was beginning again. Opposition and delay. But reconstruction was never easy. Enemies arose, those who feared the rebuilding of Jerusalem. They did everything possible to discourage the people of Judah and to make them afraid to build. And so the work stopped. The voice of revival. But God does not abandon his work. He sent prophets' voices to awaken the people again. Then Zerubbabel and Jeshua began to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem, and the prophets of God were there to help them. Faith under scrutiny. As construction restarted, opposition returned. When questioned by authorities, they answered boldly, "We are servants of the God of heaven and earth, and we are rebuilding the temple that was built many years ago." The temple completed. After years of struggle, the temple was finally finished. They dedicated the temple to God with a joyful ceremony. The people of Israel celebrated the dedication of the temple with joy, and once again, the Passover was kept. The arrival of Ezra. Years later, another leader arrived, Ezra. He was not a builder of walls, but a builder of hearts. Ezra had devoted his life to studying and obeying the law of the Lord and to teaching its rules. The true reconstruction. The people learned that God's presence was not sustained by buildings alone, but by obedience and humility. Final reflection. The story of the reconstruction is one of resilience, faith, and divine faithfulness. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep Bible stories. Goodbye. May God be with you and bless you. Shalom.